Peace, love, and light. Peace, love, and light. Channel creator Colorado Skywatcher reached out to me in a comment and said, Riz, I would love for you to do a breakdown on one of my vids. And he directed me to his channel. In this video, he said, yo, you got to check it out. And basically, like, pull out some things. So we're going to go in. Shout out Colorado Skywatch. Look at this, folks. This is crazy. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Look at the organic shape of it, people. It almost looks like a giant whale. You can see the bends and the folds in it. Look at this. Look at this. This is crazy, folks. Separate vessel. Separate vessel. Look at the points and all. Just, it's unbelievable, folks. Trust me when I tell you the screenshots are going to be crazy. I put the teaser out just so you can see like the giant faces of that's etched onto the side of these massive craft. Now, you know what? Hold on. Let me pause right there. I can't zoom in on my tablet, but I can zoom in on my recording device. And I'm just going to move in close. I'm going to let the focus catch up. I'm going to pull down some light and just take you in. Look at these faces, folks. This is a mosh pit of everything. Aliens, people, animals, creatures, cryptids. I mean, just take a look. This is not even screenshot. This is just a pause in the video. Just look for yourself. You can clearly see these are animals and creatures, humanoid entities. I'm going to move slow through the crowd. Look at the distinct face on that guy right there. I mean, look at his giant nose and eyes. You can see his hair. He has a white beard. He appears to be an Indian-looking fella from the country of India. Look at that. I mean, that's very distinctive. I'm going to hold that in tight. And this is, like I said, a mosh pit of all life. There's entities everywhere and all types of clothing. Yeah, that's. let's proceed. Hold on. This is when it gets crazy. This is when it gets crazy, folks. Shout out Colorado Skywatcher. Woo! Oh boy, look at this. Now this is from the teaser, folks. Look at this. This is a giant craft with an organic face of a giant creature or bird on the outside of it. You see his eye, what appears to be the nasal cavity. It looks like an owl or a bird. You see the mouth is open. This is a giant dog face or cat face. It has an appendage on his forehead. You can see the fur flopping off the ears. You see detail on the fur. Here's the eye. Here's the other eye, the eyebrow ridge, the mass or front part of the dog or animal creature's face, nose, and mouth. Look at that. Look at the appendage on the forehead of this entity. slash organic being and giant living vessel. Look at this, folks. How do you get this kind of detail? I mean, that's very distinctive of fur. And look at the crack in the mouth and the nose. And then when we get to this guy over here, look at this, folks. Look at this. This is carved and etched. And when you look at the video, it's transforming and changing shape. It's an entity standing right here. It's an entity inside the eye. It's one inside the mouth. I'll zoom in and show you before we go to the screenshots and I play the video again. It's an angelic being right here. It's an entity literally standing in the eye of this giant massive vessel because this is concave, like an opening. And you can see this appears all to be like some type of stone. It's an entity standing right here. This is amazing. I can't wait to get to the screenshots. I skipped the gym to come home and do this video today, folks. That's how serious. Like when I saw this video, I could not believe it. And then look at the organic flow and structure. These are all beings going up into the craft, being teleported in a straight line up into the craft. Wait till I get to these screenshots. Oh my God. Look at the faces on these people. I mean, if you can't see that face right here, nose, eye, look at the craziness of the hair. It looks like a Native American. Entities, and look at this beautiful ship right here, folks. And it's entities right on the outside of it, like with the opening of it, they're like popped out of it. I'm going to see if I can super zoom in on that while the video is just paused. The beings are right there. When I get to the screenshots, it's going to be so official. Go back to normal, and I'm going to press play. Look at this, folks. This looks like the anatomy of a giant creature. Look at the massive bird. We're gonna get to it. Oh my God, this is unbelievable. Let's get to the screenshots, folks. I can't take it no more. This is crazy. I gotta get it in. Let's go. Peace, love, and light. If you don't know, you already know. First screenshot. The one from the teaser. I'm gonna pull the light up to normal. You see the giant looking owl or bird looking creature, a dog looking creature. Let's pull down the light. Look at that. And you can see it has something on his forehead. The mouth is here, the nose, and the eyes are close set, just like a dog. Look at that. You can see the front part of his mouth, and you see detail in the fur. And this giant owl-looking being. I mean, I'm telling you, folks, this stuff was shape-shifting and transforming, but it stayed consistently in this look. When we go through the screenshots, you'll see. And like I said, there's entities inside of the eye cavity because it's a ship that looks like stone when you get up close on it like this. And you can see the entity right here. This is something going around his neck. Here's his head. Here's his body. And then we have an angelic type being right next to him. Let's go one at a time. Zoom in so there could be no doubt. When I zoom out, we're right there, and that would be the eye of the entity, but which is a cavity in this giant, massive vessel. And the entity is right here. We're going to zoom in on them again. That's the face of the creature right there. You see his eyes, his nose, his giant head, and they're sitting around. This thing is going around. And then the angelic looking being that's right next to him, the light being with the fishtail. Seeing is believing. Look at that, folks. I mean, you clearly could see that's humanoid. You see arm, you see crazy head, and this crazy looking membrane that's going around it. That's totally illuminated. I'll zoom out. It's still there. The entity sitting in the eye. And it's another one standing here, almost like sticking out of a cave. I'll let it focus in. Right there. Let's take a look at that, folks. Unbelievable. And you still can see the entities when I raise the light up slightly. The one that's standing right there, and the one that's sitting in the eye, and the angelic looking being right there. Now let's go to this area right here, folks, because these are entities that are going up in a straight line. You know what? Let me go to the one that has no contrast on it. It could translate a little better. You see the faces? These are people or creatures that are going up into this massive structure here. Unbelievable. I mean, if that's not a fishtail, people, I don't know what is. The entities that are standing in the eye cavity. It's very clear without the contrast on it. Unbelievable, folks. Wow. And let's see here. Zoom all the way out. That's the full pic. I can't get over the giant dog head. And look at the appendage on the head. It's crazy, folks. Next shot. Look at this. You still can see the consistency of the animal face, the eye. This is like something I've never seen before. It's like a giant sky web of spiritual beings, entities, animals, people, cryptids, creatures. I mean, just take a look at some of the faces that are just screaming out. I mean, you can see this thing has a horn on his head. Can't make it up, folks. Seeing is believing. And you see the face clearly. Show you some more of the spiritual entities that are moving about. More light beings or angels. Fishtail. Consistent theme. As in all my videos. I tell you, these angelic beings have the body of sea creatures. Moving on. The giant wing being coming through the dimensions. I mean, look at the detail in the feathers. Look at the body. I'll zoom in on the head so it could be no doubt that that's a bird deity or creature. You clearly can see its beak, his eyes, and he has something over top of his head. I'll zoom out and you still can see it. Look at the wings. Seeing is believing, folks. I'm just going to move it around so you can see that it's definitely a living creature. Look at the detail. How can clouds be so detailed to make feathers and the bony appendage that holds the wings and give you the body of a creature and a face like that? Beak and all. There we go. Hold that in for the naysayers so you can wake up. Faces all over the place. Pull down some light so they can stick out more. Just take a look, folks. Everywhere. I'm telling you, you're looking at spiritual stuff happening right above you. Look at this. This is like stone. Where all types of entities and stuff moving in and about and around. Look at this guy right here sitting down. Look like he has a rope around his head and a giant beard. Like, I'll hold it in tight so you can clearly see it. You see his hand sticking out. He's wearing a blue robe. He has a headband going on. He has long hair. Look at that. Just sitting right there. And then you see the entity standing behind him. It's crazy, folks. Look at the detail in this thing. And all the faces. I mean, just look. Look at this face. It's like laying down. You see the whole entire eyes, nose, mouth, appendage on the forehead or top of the head, horns on the side. I mean, just look at that. Unbelievable. Moving on. That's one with some highlight on it. And you still can see the giant, massive bird. Let's zoom in on the face with more detail. Clearly can see the eye, the beak. You can see the nostrils that are on the top part of the beak. Unbelievable, folks. This is amazing. And then of course all the faces. Moving on. That same crazy looking ship with the massive face etched on it. Can't make it up, folks. Look at that. This is the vessel right here. Aerodynamic and all. With different entrances and exits to it. And it's people, beings sitting all in and around it. Look at them. They're like sitting on an outer deck of the craft. All this stuff can be paused and screenshotted, and everything that I'm saying is there, folks. This is undeniable. More animal faces, pointed ears, eyes. Look at this. So much structure and detail. Massive vessel. Unbelievable. Look at all the detail in here, folks. This is so organic, it does not make sense. I mean, it's just crazy. Just people and entities and beings just communicating, interacting. Just dripping. I mean, look at this, folks. It's like something was spilled in the sky, but it's just spiritual, all supernatural. Look at this. How can you have this? This looks like a creature flying through the sky with tentacles hanging down, just dripping off. You see the face. More faces. Light beings everywhere. You can't tell me that's not like some bird-like creature with crazy-looking wings and a crazy-looking body that looks like what they call a rod. You see his beak is right there. Just way, way crazy, folks. Next shot. And you still can see everything I just described. This is a massive vessel in the sky, and there's all types of spiritual entities and deities flying and floating around it. Look at this creature right here. That's his body, and that's the head. Unbelievable, folks. We got way more. Okay, here's another one. Look at this, folks. This is like a living ship. Look at the detail. And then when I go over here into this corner and pull down the light, I mean, wow, that's so bright over there. But these are entities over here, folks. I can't even pull down the light to show you they're so bright, but you can see how they're spewing off and coming into the fray. I'll pull the light up. You see them? Look at that. And they're all coming out. I'll zoom in on this right here. And then you still can see the crazy faces and everything. Structure, folks. Wispy detail, like geometry. Look at this. That almost looks like it's alive. Like, I mean, I can't explain it. You get to see it for yourself. It's definitely not clouds. You can't keep calling crazy looking animal faces clouds that are like literally entities and beings and spirits. Moving on. More of the same, folks. I mean, this is like bone structure. It's so detailed. And these are entities right here inside of massive ship, just lamping on the bottom. Look at that. In formation. I mean, this is a scene out of like the craziest supernatural movie I've ever seen in my life. It's so much life. All this is living, folks. It's so many people and creatures just everywhere. Look at this. This is amazing. Look at this being right here with the horns. You see his body, you see his ears or giant horns going up, and you clearly can see his face right here. Eye, forehead, face, nose, body, neck, body. And you clearly can see the detail and how these horns or ears are going up in an organic fashion, flipped up. Seeing is believing. All this stuff is alive, folks. Another creature right next to him. Animal face, horns or antlers with ears, eyes, front of the face, nose. Can't make it up. With the other light beings that are flying under them. Woman's face right here, you clearly can see. She's just like chilling on the edge right here with other people. See it all, folks. Look at that. You can lie to yourself if you want. Nose, eyes, mouth, anatomical features, folks. Moving on. Trying to get through. I got a lot of screenshots. Massive creature with his mouth open. You can see the eye. Just this is a living vessel or creature, and it's all types of spiritual energy and entities that are accompanying it. Look at the detail. Look at that. Remember the giant dog face from the beginning? I mean, come on. Detail in the fur, mouth. Look at that. I mean, that's damn near you can see the teeth. I mean, come on. Look at the eyes. Eyebrows. Seeing is believing, folks. Peace, love, and light. I mean, wow, this thing is like, looks like the creature from the never-ending story flying through. I'm glad I showed this earlier because it's a mosh pit of people here, y'all. I mean, that's just one of many faces. I can go into this. This is all people. Like I can go into this guy right here with the kufi on his head. Or some type of headdress, eyes, nose, mouth. It's just people everywhere. I'm not going to go through every single one, but just trust and believe. Screenshot this. It's nothing but people. All this white stuff is people, creatures, animals, insects, bugs, all dressed except for the animals. All the humanoid creatures have clothing on. That's what you're seeing. That's with enhancement. So there could be no doubt that you're looking at faces, entities standing around. All of them not human. A lot are. I'm just running through fast because here's the cube too, bro. Colorado Skywatcher. I mean, I took so many screenshots and I'm running out of time on this video, but a square was the least of the things I wanted to see, but I definitely got it. And it's around the silhouette of all these light beings that are in the sky doing a job, just like everything on the ground is. Please feel free to screenshot all this stuff and you'll see entities, people, animals, just rows of them. All different positions, doing different things. Peace, love, and light. You already know. We're going to finish out with the giant dog face, the living creature and ship flying through the atmosphere. Peace, love, and light. Shout out Colorado Skywatch.